Carlos King. Carlos King. Now look, I was mad at you when the reunion ended last season and we weren't able to get into Marsau and Tisha's business, but you knew what to do. You knew exactly what to do. We'll open up with them talking at dinner about the madness that's going on in their relationship. So I'm gonna let you slide with that one. But y'all, did you get into Love and Marriage Huntsville? The season premiere went on last night and it was set ablaze on Twitter. We are not playing no games with none of them no more. Hell, Carlos isn't playing any games. He is about to put his stamp on reality TV. I mean, he already has a Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Love and Marriage Huntsville is just another beast of its own. So much so, it's got its spinoff that actually during a commercial, they said they dropped that Love and Marriage DC is going to be coming on in May with another season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, they is going back to back to back. They not playing no games. So, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be a really good season. And it's just a lot of questions that a lot of people have. And we're going to see if they're going to answer them. We already know from the way that Maurice was acting in this first episode that we're not going to get no answers out of him. And hell, we've never been getting any answers out of Marsau. So we just going to have to read in between the lines with these two nipples because they never want to own up to their mess. It's just so crazy. Like, men know how to be, they definitely man enough to go out there and, go run the streets and go run wild. In the famous words of Melody, they love to keep their penis out the household. But when it comes time to own up to it, and when it comes time to, shine a light on their dirt, all of a sudden they get cowardly. And it's just, shh, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, this little boys club. Oh, we see how this is. Oh, okay. Now we gonna blow this motherfucker up. That's what's gonna happen. This season, we blowing all of it up. And hell, Maurice got a start on it. Marsau got a start on it. Dropping that picture, what was that, couple of months ago with the boys trip in Atlanta. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all, because Marsau done got it started. It's about to be brothers Scott versus Scott, blow for blow this whole season, and everybody else is about to get caught in the crossfires because in between all these little bit of lies is some truth. It's some truth, y'all. It's some truth. And we know that. Kimmi know that. Melody know that. I mean, hell, Tisha know that, but she wants to keep her head in the sand a little bit longer, you guys. Tisha's still not ready to face the fact that Maurice out here with another baby, allegedly. But maybe he took that baby with him to Africa because, bitch, you let him go on a solo trip to Africa? Really? Africa? Let's talk about that, okay? Yeah, so Love and Marriage Huntsville, let's go ahead and get into it. If you're new to my channel, hey, how you doing? Appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everybody else, y'all know what to do. Tag, post, share, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Now let's get into it. All right, so we open up, y'all, this episode, getting straight to the biz naive, which is Tisha and Marsau basically reconvening after his solo. We'll just his solo trip to Africa. Now that trip to Africa, I think they brought up immediately because I don't know if y'all remember, but when Marsau decided he was gonna fuck up the thing, F up the church's money, posting that picture, another leak came through of a picture with him and some white woman, right? And that white woman, I think, was a picture in Africa, the time that he was in Africa. So I think Marsau convinced Tisha that, the group that he was in, that everybody, was doing whatever safari, she was there, so they took pictures together. That's what he told, Tisha, she gonna buy it because she likes playing dumb. But, she's basically talking to him like, oh my God, you should be nice and refreshed since, I allowed you to go on your solo trip to Africa. I'll be damned. You're not doing that. First of all, we all know Africa is not a place that you go on a solo trip. Africa is not a solo trip place. It's not. And if you needed a little bit of refresher, nigga, you take your ass 2 hours down the street, get you a little staycation, go to a little, masseuse lounge or whatever, get you a spa, and go play a couple of rounds of golf, ride a couple of rounds of go-karts, and then bring your ass home. Like, you still got kids. But we all know he don't take care of his kids because he don't even know his is allergic to peanut butter. Y'all remember that? But he's like, well, Africa just really showed me, the motherland, that, time, I just got to, instead of worrying about money, because Marsau was really on this, like, work. And it's just so crazy because last season, Tisha brought up to you that you worked all the time and you're never there for family vacations. And, she wants to take trips with you. You always have enough gumption and enough energy and enough time to plan a trip for you. But you never have enough time to plan a solo trip for you and your wife and a solo trip for, like, you and your kids, like, to go on vacation. It's not, the math ain't math in Marsau. But Tisha, you want to let him do it? Go ahead, boo-boo. So now he's basically saying he's concentrating more on the kids and, leaving, of course, stuff behind for them and traditions and all that foo-la-la, whatever he wants to feed Tisha at the moment. And she's like, yeah, she's like, well, I do a lot of stuff too, Marsau. I'm working and I'm a mom and, running businesses. And that's true. Like, so Tisha, this year was his year to be able to take his little, solo trip to the motherland. Next year, plan your solo trip. And don't give a goddamn about him complaining about, oh, take the kids with you, or what am I going to do with them? And, oh, you really need to deserve a solo trip. Yes, nigga, I do. Yes, because I watch the kids 24/7, worry about them 24/8. And I'm cooking, cleaning, everything behind the kids while you go out there and fool-la-la after you want to claim you out there working on construction. Okay, so Tisha, take your solo trip and do not allow Marsau, listen to me, Tisha, do not allow Marsau to manipulate you into taking them kids on that goddamn trip. You hear me? You hear me, Tisha? I am giving you free game because he's going to talk his way and swindle every which way for them kids to go on that trip. He's going to tell you, oh, Tisha, like, experience time with the kids. This will be a good moment for you and them. And you want them to see the world, right? I thought we was going to do this for them. No, all the time that he was all solo on his trip is the same amount of time you're going to get solo on your trip. Honestly, when he went to Africa, who was this who said that? Jamie, I agree with you. It could have been, hey, he went there, the first couple of days by himself, and then you come, the last 2-3 days. That way y'all could do it together. Like Tisha said, like, I would figure something for the first time, like Africa, you would go with your spouse. But we all know Marsau doesn't care about Tisha or her feelings. So then they start moving on to, well, you definitely needed a break after you caused all that commotion posting that picture. And Marsau is convinced that it was funny. It was funny to sit there and basically call Maurice out because they got asked at the reunion, oh, have any of you been around Martell and Coleslaw to know the type of energy that they have around each other, to see the connection that they have? And Maurice flat out lied and said no. And Marsau decided he was going to tell the truth for the first time in his life and say yes. And so now, if Marsau was around, said bitch, we know Maurice was around, said chick, because y'all was all there together. And Martell, as Tisha said, definitely, was throwing gasoline on the fire when he added said side chick and was like, oh, photo credits to her. So Maurice got caught up. And now Tisha, of course, is trying to prove so much, team wife. She is going, I just find it so funny. Like, everybody's always talking about our relationship. And ain't it so funny how she was talking about us, Marsau, and Marsau was just ignoring her, doing everything. He just sitting there, just eating. He trying to eat, and Tisha is going. She is going. And then she was trying to talk about us and how, oh my God, she not going to say nothing because, she loves him too much and she won't do that to him. And because she don't want to put him on blast like that. And I know the girl because, she friends. And so, like, all you're proving, Tisha, is that we know you read the comments when you sit there and lie and say that you don't. Oh, I don't care. I don't believe him, but you keep reading them. And you constantly are bringing it up because you're just trying to prove that much, how much you don't believe them, but subconsciously you do. Tisha is not dumb. She has 2 master's degrees. She's not dumb. this is the season I gave up on Tisha last season because I did. Like, it's sad and it's unfortunate, but I gave up on Tisha because I just simply understand, even when she finds out with undoubtedly proof, as I put on Twitter, even when she finds out that Marsau is stepping out, she's not going anywhere. She's not. So, Tisha, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do. She's not stupid, y'all. She's not. And so she's just going, oh, she don't, Eric talking about, oh, we always keep her relevant. And so Marsau starts talking about, stop, Tisha. And she is still talking. Stop, Tisha. And she wanted to be relevant so bad. She just keep talking about us. She talking about our relationship. She don't got no proof. She don't got no information. He's like, Tisha, shut up. Like, you constantly talking about, oh, you know, she's saying, you know, we make her relevant. But if you keep talking about it, I mean, you're proving her point. And then he loves to use this analogy, basically, of like, oh, somebody calls you a dog, you know, don't start barking. And it's like, he done been saying this for the past 3 goddamn years. And first of all, Tisha, like, you need to quit letting Marsau swindle you with all these analogies that he be using. But she just couldn't help herself. She's like, okay, I'll be quiet. And then literally 3 seconds later, but didn't you see when she was on live talking about, oh, you know, if I reach 1,000 likes, and he was like, Tisha, like, he literally had to be like, shut the fuck up, like, leave it alone. He's like, you are pouring into it, and you're only giving them more power. And Marsau is gonna keep telling you to shut up, Tisha, because if you poke just enough, and if you keep poking, you're gonna poke the right spot or the wrong spot, and the whole dam is gonna overflow. That bitch is gonna crack and everything's gonna come out, and you not gonna like the information. That's why he's always wanting you to make up with Melody. That's why he's always wanting you to be quiet, because he knows it's skeletons up in the closet, period. So moving on. We get to the next scene. Speaking of skeletons in the closet, we have Kimmi. She's outside with her little baby boy Zeus. So cute. My brother has a dog named Zeus. But Kimmi basically has her little emotional support animal. And I get it. If you're a pet owner, unless you're a pet person or a pet owner, you won't get it. Like, dogs, they're just there for you. So Kimmi needed another dog after dealing with all that madness of the photo op situation. Maurice comes home and she's giving him real stone cold energy. And he's kind of like, babe, what's going on? And she's like, look, you know what, Maurice? I ain't even gonna cap with you. I ain't even gonna drag this out. That picture was bull. I don't know what your brother was doing. What was on his mind? He was like, he just thought it was funny. Ha ha ha. Where's the punchline, nigga? Like, what's so funny? I mean, that's just what it is. He thought, I mean, I'm gonna put it out there. You know how Marsau is. Okay. But now there's collateral damage. Like, now you can understand how people are looking at you as a liar, correct? Well, I mean, I don't care about that. And like, this scene proved how much alike they are, because he's like, well, I mean, I don't care, so why should you care? And Marsau does the same thing to Tisha. I mean, I don't even care about that, Tisha. Like, so why do you even give a damn about it? And it's like, y'all like to pull this I don't care act because you don't want to address it. But y'all don't understand what affects, like, they are collateral damage. Like, this affects your whole family. So Kimmi got straight to the point. You always said, if I asked you a direct question, you would give me the truth. And so she scoot up just like this. Maurice, did you fuck the linebacker or no? Did you have sex with the linebacker or no? Here go Maurice. Oh, you talking to me? You talking to me? Okay, Kimmi, are you really asking me that? And I was just like, nigga, answer the question. Marsau did the same stuff. Remember when Martell was talking about the 20 girlfriends and Tisha asked him outside of that house? And he was like, why are you even asking me, Tisha? Like, why are you even asking me that? You know, are you sure do you really believe that? And she's like, Marsau, answer the fucking question. And so now here it is. Maurice doing the same thing to Kimmi. Are you really asking me that? Anytime you ask a nigga a question and he answer your question with a question, that nigga did that shit, okay? But Kimmi's like, I don't care about nothing else, because he starts trying to go around. I mean, do you really think I was the linebacker? And this is where he killed me. I'm asking this for you. I'm asking this for you. Nigga, ain't nothing to answer the question. Absolutely not. I did not have sex with the linebacker. Do you think I would hook up with a linebacker? So now you being funny. And Kimmi said in the confessional, I don't care if it was a linebacker. Hell, it could have been the cheerleader. It could have been the woman in the stands. The point is that you were messing with somebody else. And if you said no, okay. But Kimmy's not stupid. She's not stupid. She knows he did it. But she's going to let it slide on account of the conversation that she had with Melody later on in the episode. But she's letting him know, you need to talk to your brother. Maurice is trying to flip the script and like, well, you need to talk to Tisha, reach across the aisle. What's that church Linda helping hand? Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Like, try to basically like get Kimmi to talk to Tisha. And Kimmy's like, I got Tisha. But check your motherfucking brother, okay? So we get to this scene with freaking Martell and Louis. Martell in his old baby Gap clothes wearing ass. Goes to see Louis. And he, of course, a lot's been going on with me this year. Just physically and mentally and emotionally. I've just been going through a lot. And, the gym's just really kind of been my therapy. Yeah, you keep going to the gym. But when's the last time you talked to Dr. Francis? They better bring Dr. Francis back this season. Where is Dr. Francis? Okay? But he talked to Louis and he literally waited all but 3 seconds to start shitting on Mel. Oh, she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing. I ain't talked to my kids. She got 2 phones, because Melly told him, nigga, you can't reach me, bitch. That's the trap phone. And he just sitting there upset, like, she don't want to answer my calls. I feel like I should be able to talk to my kids every day. Hey, Martell, hate to break it to you, but that's not going to happen, buddy. It's not. And you have no one to blame but you and your dick, okay? Because you couldn't keep it in your household. Now you can't talk to your kids every day. Cause and effect. So now Louis is basically like, just saying thank you for, defending me at the reunion. Boy, they was on me. And he was like, man, I get it. And then Louis starts being nosy like him and Tiffany do. Well, just explain to me how you was feeling when, you found out Mel was cheating on you. And it's just like, he is going to stick with this damn story of Mel cheated on me too. But at the point at which Mel has moved out, got a whole new apartment, I think Mel said she was out of the house for at least 3 months. So now you're just playing technicalities because, okay, y'all still had, your name on the dotted line. Y'all were still technically under the guise of marriage according to the state. But we're not going to sit there and try to compare that to you. Premeditated lies and trips and rendezvous out in the parking lot and then coming back home. We're not going to sit there and compare that, Martell. We're not going to do that, okay? And even if Melody did, like everybody said, who gives a fuck? Because at that point, usually when a woman steps out, it's been after Amanda did dirt tenfold. Like, we're not going to do that. And you're going to, everybody just sees me as the bad guy. Well, you certainly ain't the good one. So, they start talking about of course the photo and how the photo was like really messy of Marsau to do, and of course Martell's like, Marsau shouldn't have did that. I know better than anyone. Trying to talk mess or like trying to bring anybody else down is not gonna work. And so it's like, yeah, Marsau definitely took a page out of your book, because basically Marsau was trying to get the heat off of him because he knew that Tisha was on him, because basically he admitted that he knew about Ariane. Marsau knew about her. So of course Tisha's gonna be looking at him like, and now he don't want all that heat. So he basically put a Martell in the fact of, hey, I'm going down. Maurice, nigga, you going down with me, okay? And so he's like, I don't want Maurice to go through what I went through. I don't want, his family to split up over some BS. Like, and Louis, I don't never want to see a family break up over some bull. And it's like, it's not just no bull. Like, that's what's so annoying. Y'all just keep calling it just some BS. It's not just some BS. It's not like, a nigga got drunk and just slipped into the coochie. No, he premeditated. Like, this is bank transfers. This is, you know, taking money out and sending it to your side bitch. This is, you know, premeditated lies. This is 2 phones, Kevin Gates. This is, you know, like secret trips. Like, this isn't just BS. So if the marriage fails, it's not just BS, okay? That annoys the piss out of me. And so Martell basically at this point is really just kind of floating in the middle, because he knows what he went through with Melody. And although he knows Marsau and Maurice did that bullshit, he's not going to, I guess, like pour more gasoline on it, for the fact that he knows that there's kids involved, on at least on Marsau and Tisha's, you know, point, especially young kids. So Kimmi, Tisha goes to see Destiny, y'all. Destiny on 10. I'm on 10. Bitch, I'm on 10. Okay? I mean, the song was a cute little diddly bop. That's what I call it, a little diddly bop. I mean, we all know Melody's first song wasn't just like, you know, Grammy Award winning. So I'm not going to be unfair in the fact to be like, oh, Destiny saw a male singing, so she's singing now. Because I do remember when Destiny first came on the scene, she talked about how she, you know, previously sang and all that type of stuff. So I'm not going to hold that to Destiny. But Melody certainly is going to want to take credit. You know, I inspire other women. You know, I want to make sure I inspire other women. Okay. But Tisha comes in, they immediately start with the mess. Okay. Oh, you know, you're doing so good. You know, have friends been supporting you? And of course, you know what she mean by friends, i.e. Melody. And she's like, yeah, you know, of course, some people, but, you know, if you're talking about Melody, you know, I just haven't been able to express that part of my life to her because, you know, we haven't talked. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. I thought since the reunion, y'all would have been okay. And come to find out at the reunion, Miss Melody, okay, Miss Tisha heard you and Destiny talking bull, okay? And so Melody basically heard them talking shit and confronted Destiny, and Destiny is now telling Tisha, oh, I mean, you know, she was just like, who does that? Who listens in on the conversation? I'm sorry, but last time I checked, how would you guys feel if you were walking, you know, around and you heard some people talking in the room and your name came up, bitch, you ear hustling? I think that's anybody's natural response. If I hear my name in a room, bitch, I'm perking up. Like, I'm listening, okay? I ain't gonna bust up in there. I'm gonna listen, get all, so I can, you know, take the information in and, you know, stall it in that mental file cabinet. And so I know what bitches I can trust and which ones I can't. And so Tisha, of course, you know, Melody, like, she's just so high school. Like, are we really doing this? And then Destiny tells her basically, like, Mel was like, oh, you know, it's just because you talking to my enemy. Oh, I'm her enemy now? I'm her. Well, Tisha, let's not do this. Like, Tisha, bitch, I'm gonna try to spare you because I know you're dealing with a lot right now. But if you keep doing that, we're gonna have a problem, okay? I am gonna get into that ass, okay? If you keep doing that, quit. I just don't like the playing dumb, okay? I don't like it. So now these two, I guess, is, you know, bosom buddies, and we're gonna see how that plays out in the rest of the season. So Kimmi goes to meet Mel. Basically, Mel calls her up because she knows Kimmy's going through a lot, of course, with the accusations in the picture. And so she gets right to it. How you doing, girl? How you doing, Kimmi, with all of the allegations and everything? And Kimmy's like, you know what? I don't even know what to do. I don't know what Marsau's plan was, but I asked Maurice straight up, and he straight up answered absolutely not. And I'm like, bitch, you lied because you had to pull that shit out of him. But okay. And so Melody was not playing. She got straight to the question. Well, if he did cheat, are you leaving? Like, what you gonna do? And Kimmi pulled a whole Tisha. And I don't even know whether to be upset with her or not, because what do you do in that situation? Because she's pulling, I mean, the only people who were married on the trip was, you know, Martell and Marsau. And Melody's like, but girl, y'all were together. Y'all were living together. I mean, we bought a house, but we weren't married. Ma'am, I feel like a house is commitment enough to know, hey, I shouldn't be out here sleeping with other women. Like, I feel like that's a given. But the fact that she's basically saying, you know, as of, you know, August 25th, 2018, anything, after that, I'm walking. So basically, she's giving Maurice a free pass. Like, she basically is giving him I'm gonna look the other way, and this is how it starts. This is how men continue to do the things that they do, because in some way women rationalize it. And even though we view Kimmi as the strong one, at the end of the day, she's a woman in the socialization of a patriarchy. At the end of the day, a woman can be the strongest that she is, but the idea of leaving a relationship that she's put time in, regardless of, a man cheating, a lot of women are willing to look I don't want to say look the other way. Some are, you can call it look the other way, and some are willing to forgive, the sin of cheating, like whatever it may be. But everybody was just kind of looking at Kimmi like, girl, don't you try to put this Tisha on us trying to be funny. Talking about, we weren't married, but you were together. So now Melody's like talking about Tisha, because she was like, I gotta talk to Tisha, and because she's going through a lot too. When I talked to her, she was just saying like she don't read the comments or nothing. And Melody rolled her eyes so motherfucking hard. She said, and Kimmi was like, damn, she was like, girl, she read the comments because we watched her comment on the comments. And we did. If there's anything we do know, Tisha's reading the comments, okay? Tisha is reading them damn comments. And so Kimmy's like, oh, I didn't see that. She like, yeah, girl. And so she's like, I thought y'all were good. We were good until I heard her and Destiny talking shit about me. And Destiny even admitted it. We had breakfast and she let me know, I'm sorry that I talked about you. And so I told her, like, you talking to like Tisha, who, I don't get along with. Granted, okay, to say like, oh, Tisha's an enemy. She ain't for Melody. She's not. But they both talk shit about each other. So like, potato. So she lets her know she's having a little pajama party. She's invited, but Destiny and Tisha ain't, so keep it on the low. So we finally get to the last scene of Kimmi, Maurice, Marsau, and Tisha having a little dinner, I guess with their brother, Marka. Is that Micah or something like that? I think that was her brother or cousin. Nonetheless, and Kimmi wants Maurice to basically check Marsau, like, what you did was effed up because now my wife has an issue. And I just really thought it was funny too, like how in the confessional, first of all, confessional looks, I actually really liked. I liked Kimmy's. I liked Melody's. I did not mess with Destiny's. I did not like the ponytail, and I did not like the underwire of her dress. Tisha, the blue one, was okay. The eyeshadow and the hair was super cute, but the dress, I don't know, something about the dress just like in this area was not cute to me. But I did like, the long, like gloves and stuff like that. Of course, Martell, he got on these tight ass clothes. Like, bruh, stop putting on these medium ass tops and bottoms. Like, okay, move up. You are not in the junior collection. But I just found it really ironic, like listening to Kimmi in the confessional with Maurice, and then Tisha in the confessional with Marsau, because these bitches sound exactly the same. It's sad. It is sad. But nonetheless, they sit down. Kimmi ain't waste no time, because she said, look, call time was at 8, bitch. I'm trying to get home by 9. Nigga, why you post that picture? And Tisha was like, okay, we're going to get right to it. And Maurice, his excuse was, well, I just thought it would have been funny to I thought people were just gonna attack Marsau, like, oh, you lied, you were actually complacent too. And that's what Marsau was, I told y'all, like, Marsau basically was like, oh, if I'm going down for knowing that coleslaw existed, nigga, you are too. And so he didn't think about it, as he admitted, oh, I just didn't think about it. Exactly. All Marsau thinks about is the end result for him, which is why Tisha's going to be in this unsatisfied ass relationship for as long as she tolerates it. And so both Kimmi and Maurice had a visceral reaction of, what do you mean it's not going to affect me? Like, he's like, I'm just saying, like, I just thought, it just would have been like, oh, haha, like, you lied, like, you were complacent, not, it turned to what it did. And Kimmy's like, why would that not? Like, because it would make sense for people to start connecting the dots of, oh, he lied about being there, so 9 times out of 10, he lied about fucking the linebacker, right? Like, that, those two would connect. And so he was like, I just didn't think about that, And so he's like, bro, too, like, you not even thinking about how that affects your life. Like, it's not just Kimmy, like, and everything else. And so he asked Tisha, and every time Tisha gets asked a direct question to really kind of own up to how she does feel about the way Marsau treats her, she always cowers. She always does not tell the truth. And you can tell because as much as she does, the talking, I'm a reader of body language and energy. And her energy was reading, I'm just going to say this, like, because she is dead set on nobody penetrating this miserable ass marriage that everybody is looking at. People, Tisha, nobody is blind. We see it, okay? We are not Ray Charles to watching this bad marriage exist. But basically Maurice asked him, was like, Tisha, like, doesn't that hurt you? And she's like, well, it used to. It doesn't hurt me at all, because I just know it's lies. Before, it did bother me because it was people I know, but now because I know, like, they're lies and they don't have any facts and they don't have any proof and it's just people on social media, I just know how to let it roll off my back, it doesn't bother me. And it's just kind of like, and you sit here and wonder why Marsau treats you the way he does. And it's just like, Tisha, you really have a lot of power in this relationship, but she does not use it. She does not utilize what I like to call the pussy power, okay? All you gotta do is dip on Marsau one good week. Just like dip on his ass. Let your kids stay over with Miss Wanda J. Blige and dip on him, okay? What's that song? Make a nigga think you love him, take his money, then you dip on him. Dip on him, okay? Just dip on him. Don't answer the phone. Like he said, in Africa, they don't really have that good of, service in Africa. Okay, Marsau, because Verizon, AT&T can't reach Africa. And that's what you need to tell him. Oh, babe, I'm sorry. Where I went, it just wasn't any good service. Okay. But it's just like every time she has the opportunity to really be honest about how she's unfulfilled or unsatisfied in her relationship, she just does not tell the truth. And it's just like, that's where I start not feeling sorry for Tisha, because she's complacent in her own pain. And if there's anything I learned just through growing up in life, and like just as you get older, you learn lessons. You have to be able to look in the mirror and ask yourself, like, what part am I playing in my own pain? What part am I playing in my own suffering, right? And Tisha's part in her own suffering is the fact that she does not place boundaries with her husband. And for a lot of women, it's hard to. A lot of wives, it's hard to place that with your husband because of what we're socialized to do. But at some point, like, girl, like, I ain't gonna be able to watch this all season because my blood was boiling. But Maurice said he gonna get back at him. Well, you know what I think is funny? You had 2 kids, so had I posted a crib, it said ha ha ha. Now Marsau, well, that's just too much. Now you're just hitting below the line. Oh, it ain't funny, is it? But you just said, oh, well, it'd be funny for you to get in trouble with your wife. I mean, not me. But, it's funny when you get in trouble, your business is out there. Okay, Marsau, we're going to play this game, so I'm going to let you know right now, I know a lot more about all this situation than I'm talking about. Bitch, keep playing, and I'm going to air this hoe out. And I feel like I feel what Maurice was saying, like, oh, I know a lot more, was him basically letting him know, keep playing with me, even though you my brother, and I'm going to fuck all this shit up, okay? And that was the episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. It is a good season. Carlos, you did your thing. Flowers, kudos to you. I'm super excited for this season. And y'all, it's going to be on and cracking. Tell me how you feel about the episode. How you feel about Destiny and Melody's relationship. How do you guys feel about, Marsau posting the picture? Do you guys feel like the Scott brothers about to, really get it jigging and start, basically stabbing each other? Like they're going to start stabbing each other behind the back? Or what is this going to look like? But I'm ready to go. Y'all make sure to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you guys check out everybody else's review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Scotty, Color Me Pink, Jamie, Terrence, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.